In this video, let's see how we can save huge amount of time in our daily network operations using our AI agent, Dexter. In this environment, we have Cisco Catalyst Center, which has the L2, L3 network devices, then Juniper Mist for wireless, ServiceNow as a ITSM tool. In network operations, we usually deal with incidents, change requests, or having to maintain single source of truth using the configuration management database, CMDB tables for hardware assets or IP subnets. And yeah, we use ServiceNow for most of these things. And for version control, we have GitHub. Our AI agent Dexter will be able to interact with all these different systems and help us ease our daily network operations. Let's see how we can do it. So for in Cisco Catalyst Center, I have 4 switches here. Now let me use this AI agent Dexter to see if I can pull all these details. I'll go through what is skills and how the workflows are defined here, but let's look at the demo first. I'll say I'm using chat like OpenAI Codex. I will invoke this hide Dexter, give me all the devices that are in the Catalyst Center inventory. Let's see if Dexter is able to give me all these devices. These are the 4 switches what we see in the Catalyst Center inventory. I'll inspect the workspace for Catalyst Center integration and use its inventory query to list the devices. So it is thinking, I have a Catalyst Center skill which is going to do. I'll come back to what the skills are in a moment. Yeah, I'll ask it to connect to the Catalyst Center. So it says local extra workflow is configured for Catalyst Center, but the sandbox cannot resolve the controller. Okay, now it was able to resolve. So we can see the details. All 4 switches, what we are seeing in the inventory page, I can see these are available now. I will say, so I'll go to ServiceNow. In ServiceNow, if I go to network gear, I don't see these switches, the 4 switches, SW1, SW2, SW3, and SW4 in the network gear. I want to add it. So generally, we tend to add it manually, setting all the hardware details and everything, right? So let me do it with the help of AI. Can you add all these devices into ServiceNow network care CMDB? I'm just interacting with plain language here, and Dexter is able to understand my natural plain language, associate to its specific skill, which is a workflow. Let me allow this, which is a workflow where I have defined what functions to use, and suppose I give such tasks like this, what are the order of operations it has to follow to achieve it. Now we can see I'm using Catalyst to ServiceNow workflow. Because this creates CMDB records, I'll first generate a complete dry run plan and validate it. So ServiceNow records will be changed until you explicitly approve the exact plans. Because now it is doing the right operations, I have defined in my skills saying that if such right operations have to be done, you ask for a permission. That's why it is first creating a dry plan, and then it is asking me, may I retrieve the live Catalyst Center state to produce the validated import plan? Allow. Let me allow this. So it's running this. It is editing the handler based on how it wants, but that's okay. So the validated import plan contains 4 devices. I'll create a network gear, CIs and linked hardware assets. Approve this exact plan, I will execute. I'll say approved. Okay, now we can see that four device switches are created here in the service now. Let me refresh this. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. We can see switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, switch 4, which were there in the Catalyst Center have come here. It has identified that the manufacturer is Cisco, and it has also assigned all the IP addresses correctly. With the help of AI, we were able to add the switches to the inventory. Now let's use for the Mist for the wireless. Let me ask Dexter, what are the sites which are there in my um like Juniper Mist? Let me ask, what are the sites that are present in Mist? So this is a plain language command. I'm querying the configured Juniper Mist organization through Dexter's read-only site inventory. Now it is querying here. It automatically routed here to Juniper Mist. Then let's look at the skill. So we have defined the description, and it was able to route and pick this. The main skill is this, which is going to route. Let me open this. This is the main skill from where all this routing happened. For example, here I asked for a Juniper Mist. Let me allow this. I asked for a Juniper Mist and it was able to route it because I have that user intent where show a Juniper Mist organization list, Mist sites, WLAN or inventory. So it is going to use this skill to understand how the workflow is, and then it is going to give me the data. Here I can see the Mist has three sites: primary site, NYC office, Paris lab. Let's verify if I have. So I have this. Let me go to organization, then site configuration, and we can see here NYC office, Paris lab, primary site is there. Now I want to create a site from using this agentic skill, right? Let me ask it, create a Mist site named uh, Sydney head office. I have given a plain English command and it has to create a site now. Let's see, because I have already defined that in my skill on how to create sites. So let me read this. For a site creation request, require an exact site name, two-letter country code, and IANA time zone. It already fetched this. So let me say, yes, proceed. As I said, Sydney, it's a part of Australia. Like no, Sydney is in Australia, so it has taken the two-letter country code, determined it's Australia, and then asked for me. I'll use EU Australia and generate Mist live creation plan first. No site will be created during this step. I agree for that. It is following this workflow what I have defined. So require this run if action blocked, report the conflict and stop, never update the existing site. So if there is an existing site with the same name, I don't want to update it. I don't want to alter any of its configurations. And for example, now the plan is ready. So it has taken all this. I'll go with, I'll say approved. Awesome. It is approved and it's trying to create now. Let me allow. And here, so if action equal to create, show the name, country, time zone, address. So this entire thing was shown here, and then obtain explicit approval, which it took my approval now, and run create site once with confirm and the exact token. So I have already have say like set up my environment. I'll show what how we can set up the environment, and it is now able to create. It says it already created. Let's go here and refresh this. Wow. So we can see Sydney head office is already created, and we were able to do it with AI. Like how it created was it uses the REST APIs in the backend. Now let's see how it does. I'll go to scripts and handler. Here, create site plan. That is what it was able to give these details on making the plan. Then create site, we have a full definition of this, how we are going to create a site, this entire function. And it is going to, so our AI agent is going to make use of this Python function and make a REST API call and create site. So in the skill.markdown, like the skill.md, we are defining the workflow. And in the handler.py, it can be, in our case, we are using Python. It can be bash script or any other programming languages as well. We can use this, define all these functions for us, and then let the AI run and do the task for us. If we observe the earlier when ServiceNow we were working, there was some part where it improved. It improved this handler.py to execute the task. This system is so good that when you are giving a task, suppose it doesn't have anything, and if you give a proper prompt to improve the handler.py to include what you are doing, or if that section of the workflow is not present, it is going to improve. So next time you are running, you need the LLM will not create another function. Instead, it is going to use this existing functions. So the more you work on it, the more you use it, the more improvements it happens. And there comes a fine stage where you don't need too many improvements, but you can get your task done. That's the beauty of this actually. So the code is in the GitHub. You can go to my account, Ravi. You can see Dexter Agentic NetOps. What I showed in the video, all the codes are present here. The readme of this is very detailed. For different LLMs, how we can invoke is shown here. What are the capabilities? How do you set up your .env file? So that these all these systems can authenticate. All these details are present here. You can go through this, and this can be further extended, right? Like in your organization, you might be using other systems like SolarWinds or InGlobeDocs for DNS management. So many other vendors and systems can be used, will be used. So this can be further extended. And to give, like in our organizations, we have like 200 plus skills. Here we are seeing around 5 to 6 of them, but we have like 200 skills. And AES code has become our go-to place. We go there, interact with AI, and we are able to connect to all of this. So this has been very interesting journey what has been happening in the last 6 months. I hope this video was informative and helpful, and you will be using this in your daily network operations. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Praj Automates. See ya.